My journey is often hard, filled with inevitable challenges, setbacks, and hardship. I never rest. The cryptids that stalk the reservation are many, different, and powerful. So I taught myself to read and write English, so I can record my pain, so others may learn from me. The truth hit like a blow. This was the first judge, the one who walked before Grey Wolf, the one the spirits abandoned. He stepped closer, snow hissing under his feet. The Wendigo was my burden, he said, my creation, my mistake. Grey Wolf's blood turned to ice. You stole his name. The elder nodded slowly. I took it to bind him. I hid it to control him. And when I lost control, I hid myself. The trees groaned as if they understood the weight of his confession. Grey Wolf tightened his grip on the lightning bow. Why? The elder's voice cracked, not with sorrow, but with something darker. Because the spirits chose you instead of me. Because the Wendigo obeyed me once, and I want that power back. The wind howled. The snow swirled. The Wendigo roared in the distance. A roar of recognition, of fear, of rage. The elder's eyes glowed. His name is mine to give, or to destroy. Grey Wolf stepped forward, lightning flaring across his shoulders. Then I'll take it from you. The elder raised his hand, and the shadows behind him twisted into claws. Come try. The true enemy had finally revealed himself, and the real war was about to begin. The storm churned over the Blackfeet Hills, lightning crawling through the clouds like restless spirits. Grey Wolf staggered into the clearing, every breath burning. His wounds were deep, carved by the Wendigo's claws, but the cursed power inside him, the ancient burden placed on him by the Holy Twins, was stitching him back together. Slow, painful, but unstoppable. He wasn't alone. The evil medicine man stood in the center of the clearing, robes stitched with bones, eyes glowing like dying coals. His shadow twisted behind him like a living serpent. In his hand, he held a small hide-wrapped bundle pulsing with a sickly, unnatural light. Grey Wolf froze. The Wendigo's name. Your cursed blood keeps you alive, but it won't save you. Grey Wolf lifted his lightning bow, the weapon humming with the power of the storm. I don't need saving. I need the truth. The wind howled. The trees bent. The Wendigo roared somewhere in the dark. Grey Wolf stepped forward. You stole it. The elder's smile faded. I took it. I took it from the man before he became the monster. Lightning cracked across the sky. Grey Wolf's voice dropped. You turned him into the Wendigo. The elder's eyes burned brighter. I needed a weapon. The ground trembled. The shadows thickened. The Wendigo burst from the tree line, ribs heaving, claws dripping frost, eyes burning with ancient pain. It wasn't charging Grey Wolf. It was charging the elder. Shadow chains erupted from the earth, wrapping around the Wendigo's limbs, dragging it to its knees. Grey Wolf raised the lightning bow. Let him go. The elder turned, fury twisting his face. You don't understand, boy. Without his name, he is mine. A blast of cold wind exploded outward, filled with whispers, memories, screams. The Wendigo convulsed, its bones cracking, its form twisting as if the name was pulling at its soul. The evil medicine man lifted the glowing name above his head. A bolt of lightning tore through the clearing, slamming into the elder's hand. The bundle flew into the air, spinning, glowing brighter and brighter. The Wendigo roared, a roar of hope, fear, and rage. Grey Wolf sprinted forward, reaching for the bundle. The Wendigo lunged, breaking the last of the shadow chains. All three forces collided beneath the storm. The name hit the ground, and the world held its breath. Then everything exploded at once. The Wendigo lunged, breaking the last of the shadow chains with a roar that shook the cottonwoods. Its claws tore trenches in the snow as it hurled itself toward the bundle, toward the piece of its soul that had been stolen centuries ago. The evil medicine man dove too, his fingers crackling with dark power, shadows whipping around him like serpents. Gray Wolf sprinted forward, lightning bow blazing, cursed blood burning through his veins. 3 forces, 3 destinies, 1 name. The Wendigo reached it first, but not with its hands, with its shadow. A long skeletal silhouette stretched across the snow, moving faster than flesh. It wrapped around the bundle like a starving animal claiming a scrap of meat. The hide pulsed violently, reacting to the creature's presence. The evil medicine man screamed, "No, it's mine!" He slammed his palm into the ground. A wave of black fire erupted outward, blasting the Wendigo backward. The creature skidded across the snow, howling in pain, but its shadow held tight to the bundle. Gray Wolf didn't hesitate. He fired. A bolt of lightning struck the ground between the Wendigo and the Elder, splitting the earth and sending both reeling. The cursed power inside him surged, guiding his steps. He dove into the crater, hand outstretched. The Wendigo's shadow tightened. The evil medicine man's magic lashed out. The storm above cracked open with blinding light. Gray Wolf's fingers closed around the bundle. The world went silent. The Wendigo froze mid-lunge, its eyes wide with something that looked like fear and hope. The evil medicine man staggered backward, horror twisting his face. Gray Wolf rose slowly, the hide-wrapped name glowing in his hand, lightning crawling up his arm like living fire. He reached it first, and now the power to break the Wendigo, or free it, belonged to him alone. The Wendigo's reaction to seeing its anemone the storm froze. Not slowed, not softened, stopped. Snow hung in the air like suspended ash. Lightning froze mid-flash. Even the wind held its breath. Gray Wolf stood in the crater, the hide-wrapped bundle glowing in his hand. Across the clearing, the Wendigo staggered to its feet. Its breath came in ragged bursts. Its ribs heaved like bellows. Its claws dug into the frozen earth. They remembered. A sound that hadn't been heard in 1,000 years. Its monstrous frame shook as if the name was pulling at its bones, trying to drag the human it once was back to the surface. Its voice cracked out, warped and layered. Mine. The evil medicine man screamed from across the clearing. Do not let him touch it. It only saw Gray Wolf, and the name. It dropped to one knee, not in submission, but in agony. Its claws tore at its own chest, as if trying to rip out the curse that had twisted it for centuries. The snow around it melted from the heat of its grief. Gray Wolf felt the weight of the moment press into his bones. This wasn't a monster looking at prey. This was a man trapped inside a nightmare, seeing the last piece of himself for the first time in ages. The Wendigo reached out a shaking hand, not to attack, but to touch the bundle. Its voice cracked again, softer this time. Give it back. For the first time, Gray Wolf saw the truth. The Wendigo didn't fear its name. It longed for it. The evil medicine man's fury exploded across the clearing. He raised his hands, shadows swirling into a spear of black fire. The Wendigo roared, not in hunger, but in defiance. The earth shook. The Wendigo had chosen its side. Not softened, stopped. Snow hung in the air like suspended ash. Lightning froze mid-flash. Even the wind held its breath. The cursed lightning inside him pulsed in rhythm with the name, as if the two recognized each other. Across the clearing, the Wendigo staggered to its feet. Its breath came in ragged bursts. Its ribs heaved like bellows. Its claws dug into the frozen earth. But its eyes were no longer just hunger. A sound that hadn't been heard in 1,000 years. A sob. The Wendigo took one step forward, trembling violently. Its monstrous frame shook as if the name was pulling at its bones, trying to drag the human it once was back to the surface. The evil medicine man screamed from across the clearing, "Do not let him touch it." But the Wendigo didn't hear him. It only saw Grey Wolf, and the name. Its name. It dropped to one knee, not in submission, but in agony. Its claws tore at its own chest, as if trying to rip out the curse that had twisted it for centuries. The snow around it melted from the heat of its grief. Grey Wolf felt the weight of the moment press into his bones. This wasn't a monster looking at prey. This was a man trapped inside a nightmare, seeing the last piece of himself for the first time in ages. Give it back. For the first time, Grey Wolf saw the truth. The Wendigo didn't fear its name. It longed for it. The evil medicine man's fury exploded across the clearing. If he takes that name, I lose everything. He raised his hands, shadows swirling into a spear of black fire. The Wendigo roared, not in hunger, but in defiance. The earth shook. The Wendigo had chosen its side. The reveal of the Wendigo's true name. The storm cracked open above them, lightning splitting the sky as Grey Wolf held the glowing hide bundle in his hand. The cursed power inside him pulsed in rhythm with the name, as if the spirits themselves were waiting. The Wendigo knelt in the snow, trembling, its monstrous frame shaking with a grief older than memory. Its eyes, burning, hollow, desperate, locked onto the bundle. Grey Wolf slowly unwrapped the hide, one layer, then another. Then another. The glow intensified, turning the snow blue. The evil medicine man screamed, "Don't you dare speak IT." But Grey Wolf didn't stop. The final layer fell away. Inside was a single carved bone, etched with symbols older than the Blackfeet Hills, older than the Dine Migration, older than the curse itself. The bone pulsed with a heartbeat that wasn't Grey Wolf's. The Wendigo gasped, a sound like a dying man remembering his own name. Grey Wolf lifted the bone. The wind died. The lightning froze. The spirits leaned close. And Grey Wolf spoke the name aloud, Silk Naye, pronounced Tsili Na, yeah, the Wendigo's true name. The one who is taken. The Wendigo screamed, not in rage, but in recognition. Its body convulsed, bones cracking, claws retracting, its monstrous form flickering like a candle in a storm. The evil medicine man stumbled backward, horror twisting his face. Nitrogen monoxide. That name is mine. But it wasn't. It never was. The Wendigo rose slowly, its eyes no longer burning with hunger, but with memory, with pain, with the man it once was. It whispered its own name back, voice trembling, Silk Naye, Aye, and the world shuddered as the curse began to break. Its monstrous frame jerked once, then twice, then began to tremble violently, as if the name was pulling at every bone inside it. The storm above cracked open. Lightning spiraled downward, drawn to the creature like a magnet. Grey Wolf stepped back, shielding his eyes. The evil medicine man screamed, "No, no, he is mine." But it was too late. The name had already taken hold. Its claws retracted, dripping black frost that hissed as it hit the snow. Its eyes, once burning with endless hunger, flickered with something else. Recognition, memory, pain. The man inside the monster was waking up. The curse twisted its limbs, trying to drag it back into the shape of the beast. For a moment, it looked like two forms were overlapping. The monster with its jagged ribs and frozen claws, and the man it once was, reaching upward, desperate, pleading. It pulsed in rhythm with the name carved into the bone Grey Wolf held. The creature staggered forward, dropping to both knees. Its voice cracked out, layered and broken. I remember. Snow melted around it in a perfect circle. The air shimmered with heat and cold at the same time. The Wendigo lifted its head toward Grey Wolf. For the first time in 1,000 years, Its eyes were not hungry. They were human. Its voice was deeper now, resonant, filled with centuries of rage and sorrow. You took my name. The ground shook. The shadows around the evil medicine man shattered like glass. He realized, too late, that the monster he created was no longer his. Something in between, a spirit reclaiming itself, a curse unraveling, a warrior returning from the dead. Its body glowed with faint blue fire, the same color as Grey Wolf's lightning. It wasn't healed, it wasn't whole, but it was becoming. And now, Silkenaye stood beside Grey Wolf, not as a monster, but as a being ready to face the one who stole everything from him. Final battle. Grey Wolf and Silkenaye V. The evil medicine man. The storm cracked open above them, lightning spiraling downward like the sky itself was watching. Grey Wolf stood in the crater, a carved bone glowing in his hand, the true name of the Wendigo pulsing like a heartbeat. Silkenaye, no longer fully beast, not yet fully man, rose beside him. Blue fire flickered beneath his skin, fighting the curse that still clung to his bones. Across the clearing, the evil medicine man staggered backward, shadows peeling away from him like dying snakes. You broke my hold," he snarled. Silkenaye stepped forward, voice trembling with centuries of rage. "You stole my name." The elder's eyes burned. "I made you." He slammed his staff into the ground. The earth split open. A wave of black fire erupted outward, racing toward Grey Wolf and Silkenaye. The heat scorched the snow into steam. The shadows screamed as they surged forward. Grey Wolf lifted the lightning bow. "Silkenaye, with me." The half-transformed spirit nodded, claws glowing with blue fire. The wave hit. Grey Wolf fired. Boom! A bolt of lightning tore through the black fire, splitting it in two. Silkenaye leapt through the gap, landing on all fours, his body flickering between human and beast. He roared, a roar that shook the trees. The evil medicine man raised his hands, shadows twisting into spears. "You belong to me." Silkenaye charged. The elder hurled the shadow spears. Grey Wolf struck his drum. Thum! A sound wave shattered the spears mid-air. Silkenaye slammed into the elder, claws raking across his chest. The elder screamed, stumbling backward, blood spraying across the snow. But he wasn't done. He whispered a forbidden word. The shadows surged upward, forming a massive serpent of darkness that wrapped around Silkenaye, crushing him, dragging him back toward the curse. The spirit screamed, bones cracking, form twisting. Grey Wolf sprinted forward. "Hold on." The evil medicine man laughed, blood dripping from his mouth. "He is mine. He will always be mine." Grey Wolf lifted the carved bone, the true name, and pressed it to his chest. Lightning exploded outward. The cursed power inside him surged, burning through his veins, connecting him to Silkenaye like a bridge of fire. Grey Wolf shouted the name again. "Silkenaye." The shadows shattered. Silkenaye broke, free blue fire erupting from his body. He rose to his full height, taller, stronger, more spirit than monster now. He looked at the elder with eyes full of ancient fury. "You took everything from me." The evil medicine man tried to summon more shadows. None came. Silkenaye stepped forward. "Now I take it back." He struck. A single blow. A roar of blue fire. The elder's staff snapped. The shadows died. The evil medicine man fell to his knees, eyes wide with terror. Grey Wolf approached, lightning bow humming. "It's over." Silkenaye placed a clawed hand on the elder's chest. "You stole my name. Now you face what you created." The blue fire surged. The elder screamed, and the curse he forged turned on him. When the light faded, The evil medicine man lay still, his power broken, his shadows gone. Silkanaye collapsed to one knee, exhausted, half spirit, half man, breathing hard. Grey Wolf knelt beside him. "Are you free?" Silkanaye looked up, eyes glowing softly. "Not yet, but I am no longer lost." The storm finally broke. Snow fell gently. The spirits whispered approval. The final battle was won. But the story of Silkanaye had only just begun.